Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of the Dan Dawson Show. So today I want to talk to you about filling your pot. Not your money pot or anything like that. It's your emotional pot. It's the most important pot you have. When I was taking a psychology course, I was getting my associates in psychology, the one of the things we learned about was Sophia's pot. So it was a social worker, Sophia, I forget her last name. I could have looked it up, but I didn't, so it is what it is. She had this theory that life was like a big pot. You see, in that pot was all the stuff you love. If you like beef stew, you had your beef, potatoes, tomatoes, onions, your garlic, whatever you liked, tapioca, whatever you like, right? But in the pot, in everybody's pot, is a crack. And she surmised that that crack was even bigger if you worked in psychology, if you were a social worker, if you worked in the mental health field. You know, things like if you're an or EMT or nurse, RN, LPN, anything where you have to deal with people and it takes an emotional toll on you. Well, she came up with the theory that you have to keep filling your pot because that crack is going to let all the good stuff sip out and you're not going to enjoy life and then you hit burnout. So, and all that good stuff can be whatever you want it to be. If you have a favorite dish and it's just one of those days when you're tired of the world and you've had a rough day at work and eat your favorite dish. If you like going for a walk, which I'm not doing, but you can do it. I actually go for walks, so I'm not running now, so you can forget that. But, or if you like going for a run, or if you like going to the gym, or if you like looking at YouTube videos, which I hope you do because like and subscribe, that you have to fill your life with those things. If you enjoy spending time with your kids, or your cats, or your whatever animals, the things you like. So what I want you to do is write down 5 things you honestly like to do, not the stuff everybody writes down like hiking and camping. But if you love to do those things, put them on the list. But 5 things that you love to do that are realistic and you can do at the drop of a dime. You can always go for a walk. You can always get your favorite meal. Or most of the time you can get your favorite meal. And the theory behind that is I want you to take that list of 5 things. Or like for me, it's going to the gun range. I'm at the gun range all the time. You know, take that list of 5 things. And when you have one of those days and you feel like you're burnt out and the world is just stacked against you, and it's look down that list and do one of those 5 things because you have to fill your pot. And the reason this came up is I'm seeing a lot now, especially with the COVID, people can't get out some of their favorite things they can't do. Maybe you can't go and eat at your favorite restaurant. You know, maybe you can't socialize with your friends the way you would like to. But if you start now and make realistic stuff about what you can do now, you can always expand that list. Let's say now restaurants open back up, you can go eat. You can go running, go hang out with your friends. Everybody's camping now, so you still can do that. But make that list and pick one of those things because that's going to save you from burnout. Because see, when you hit that burnout and now you feel like life's against you, you're not going to be a functional human being. You start to hate your job. You start to hate your life. And that's the last place you want to be. So make sure you fill your pot and name your pot whatever you want. This is called Sophia's pot because she was the one that came up with it. But you can name it Dan's pot or Tracy's pot or whatever pot. But have that list and have that list handy and keep it in your head. When things are stressed out or when things are bad and you're stressed out, I'm going to choose one of those 5 things and I'm going to go do them. So I tell you that because I'm seeing it more and more on my personal Facebook coming up. And it's just really sad. So that's a little tip. I hope it helps. Fill your pot. Don't be one of those people. I mean, I used to be one of those people. I'd work 16 hours a day, 6 days a week, sleep one day, go right back to work. In my life, that's no way to live life. Trust me, I speak from experience. That's no way to live your life. So fill your pot. Keep in mind the things that make you happy. Not only keep them in mind, but make sure you do them. Because if you don't do them, there's no point in keeping them in mind. You enjoy taking your kid out in the stroller, go do it. But don't let work become your life. That's why on this show, I'm going to teach you more and more about passive income, how to create passive income. I'm hoping to get my guy Charlie on. to teach you how to invest, even, starting with small amounts and stuff like that, and just work your way up, and that'll create that path to happiness. Because you can't tell me, if I told you right now, hey, I'm going to pay all your bills and give you extra cash for the next year, and you can go and have fun and do whatever you want, that your life wouldn't become instantly better. So that's not the reality for many of us. So in the meantime, fill your pot. And no, Dan's not going to send you enough money to pay for the next year of your life. Dan barely has enough money to pay for the next year of his life. So, but that's neither here nor there. Fill your pot. That's all I want to leave you with. Thank you for watching this episode of The Dan Dawson Show. Remember, like or subscribe. Do what you got to do.